Hey guys, it is Candy. Welcome back. So I'm so excited about this week's book video. I am going to be reading the most hyped up books on my bookshelf. Many of them were like top favorited reads for a lot of people in 2022, and they are all books that people are still reading today. They're that popular. So the first one that I'm going to start reading is Twisted Love. It's book one of the Twisted series by Anna Huang. And actually, I cheated a little bit on this one because I actually started reading this book when I was on vacation. But then when I came back, I jumped back into finishing the Mind F blank CK series on my Kindle. So I'm jumping back into reading this one. So I also made sure that I picked books that are different genres, so they're not all romance books. In fact, this is the only romance book of this video series. So what I know of this book is that it is a series. It's got spicy scenes, so it's not closed door. It was published in April of 2021. It's 360 pages, and it is rated 3.77 stars on Goodreads. So that's really not like that high of a rating considering how popular this book is. However, it has been rated 311,288 times, and there's 31,784 reviews on it as of today on Goodreads. So from the beginning, this book is about this gal Anna and this guy Alex. He is beautiful in the sense that she doesn't even understand or even realize how beautiful she is. Her brother Josh is super protective of her, and it starts out where she's got herself in a predicament where she's stuck in the pouring rain and she needed Josh to come pick her up. However, he couldn't get away, so he calls his best friend Alex to go pick up his sister. And Anna, while she thinks Alex is like super attractive, like he's super hot, he's successful, rich business guy, she's pretty intimidated by him, even though she finds him so attractive. So of course he comes and picks her up. He's totally like pissed off that he had to be bothered to come pick her up. But right away you can feel that there is this chemistry between the two of them, even though they're both like completely in denial. I have to say, I'm really pushing myself to give it 4 stars. And I'm not even really convinced I agree with my own rating because I liked it a lot. I wasn't obsessed with it, and I really had an easy time quitting reading. Like, I know when a book is good when it's nighttime and I'm reading and I'm staying up until 1, 2 in the morning just reading one more chapter because it's that good. I do like that the chapters in this book are really short. It goes back and forth between Anna and Alex's point of view. I like the chemistry between them. I like the writing. It is very descriptive in terms of like the sex scene, so if that's not your thing, steer away from this book. I think all that was done very well, but the overall plot, like bad guy, good girl, both of their pasts have some like dark hidden secrets that come to the forefront. Just wasn't quite as obsessed as what I thought I would be, considering this is such a popular series among the world of readers. So moving on from that series, the next book that I'm going to read is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This book was so popular last year. So many people that I know have read it, and actually I still see people reading it even this year. So it's definitely a book that has continued to remain popular. This was published July 5th, 2022, and it has a Goodreads rating of 4.3 stars. 234,731 ratings and 33,000 reviews. So quite popular. I'm really excited. The only thing I really know about this book is it has something to do with video games, like technology. Oh, and very important, this was actually voted the book of the year for Book of the Month Club that I belong to. If you guys want to join Book of the Month, I have a link down below. You could get your first month's book for just $5. But basically it starts out, it's going back between past and present time, and you have these 2 kids, obviously around age 11. Sam just got in a car accident. a really bad car accident, and Sadie was in the hospital because her sister was going through treatment for cancer. They end up spending a lot of time together. And then in present time, I believe they're in college when they see each other again. So I'm not really sure if that's how the whole book is, all back and forth of those two time periods, or if there's even more. I'm guessing there must be. I don't know what tomorrow means yet. I haven't figured that out yet, but so far I'm liking it. All right, guys, so I just finished tomorrow, and I have to say this was quite the experience for me. First of all, it took me 6 days to get through this book, which really, it's not horrible, but I'm the type of person, if I really like a book, I'm reading it in 2 to 3 days minimum. And I feel like I go through spurts with my reading. Like I'll read a ton, finish a book, and then take a few days break, and then I start another book and plow through it, take another few days break. That's kind of how I like to read. And I literally thought I was never going to get through this book. Today is Sunday, so I told myself, Candi, you are going to finish this book. I don't care what it takes. You have nothing else that you have to do this afternoon. Let's just get it done. I struggled until about page 220-ish. I finally felt a emotional connection to the book, and then I couldn't put it down, and I just finished it, and it's 9 o'clock at night on Sunday. I'm glad I stuck with it. My rating went from anywhere from like a gosh, can I even give this book a 2.5 to my final rating is a 4 out of 5 stars. There's definitely things about the main characters that kind of cause you to like them and then not like them. But in the end, I get why everything played out the way it did. Like I said, 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. The last 30% of the book has quite a few little twists and surprises that I definitely did not see coming. And the ending I give like a 3 out of 5 stars. I didn't exactly love the ending. It could have ended better in my opinion, but it's the way the author wanted the story to end. So would I necessarily rush out and read more books by Miss Gabrielle Zevin? No. I found the writing, I actually think this author's probably a very, very, very intelligent person. Her vocabulary is amazing. Either that or she has a great editor. She put a thesaurus to great work when she wrote this book, because a lot of it was like, what does that mean? And I just didn't even care. I just kept reading if I like didn't know what a word meant or whatever. Overall, my final thought is I'm just glad I'm done reading it, to be honest. The next book that I'm going to read is Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. And I have the special like Barnes & Noble edition. Ken got this for me for Christmas. I don't know what made him get it. I was like, wow, you did a really good job, because this book is actually one of the most favorited books of the year. This book on Goodreads has a rating of 4.36, 385,663 ratings, and 40,110 reviews. It was published in April of 2022, and I have no idea what it is about other than I think it's like historical fiction because it takes place back in the 1960s. It's also romance, and I guess it's pretty darn funny. So I was trying to pick different genres for all of these like best books. Like I said, I finished reading Lessons in Chemistry, and I have to say, I'm still on the fence about this. There were so many parts in this book that I was laughing, and I was also really interested because it takes place back in the 60s where women were just not treated equally. The main character, she's a chemist and she works in this lab, and she's like underpaid. She's viewed differently, even though she's just as smart as the main male chemist. And then even when it comes to the relationship that she gets involved in, which it's not romance at all. Like you might think Lessons in Chemistry, like this has to do with like physical chemistry. Not really. It is funny. It is interesting. I get so wrapped up in reading thrillers and romance novels that this was definitely a nice change. However, I'm only rating it 3 stars because I just don't feel like it's at the top of my list of books that I would recommend. And take it or leave it. Like, I don't think you would hate reading it. I think you would enjoy it. There's just parts of it to me that seem a little odd. And honestly, I just feel like I don't know if it made a good book. However, I just found out that they're actually turning this into a TV series. Brie Larson, super popular actress. If you're not sure who it is, Google her, you'll recognize her face most likely. She's going to be the main character, and I feel like she's really like perfect for this role. I feel like it's going to be interesting. I feel like kudos to this author for writing a book that is going to make an excellent TV series. Another very popular book in 2022, A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. On Goodreads, it has an average rating of 4.02 stars, 164,762 ratings, and 17,276 reviews. So not as high as the other books, but I feel like thrillers, that's pretty high for a thriller. And this book was really hyped up, at least from what I have seen. So Flicker in the Dark, first of all, when I started reading this book, I was like, oh my gosh, how many times are they going to use the word flicker in the book? Like, it was really odd to me. I was like, I wish I was reading this on my Kindle, because I would literally highlight the word and count, because it seemed like a lot, unless I just noticed it for some reason. Anyways, I gave it a 3.5, and the reason why is the ending's very predictable. The plot of the book, it's good. So you have this gal, Chloe. She was, I think, 12 years old, so like 20 years ago, when her father was arrested for kidnapping and murdering several young girls. She's a psychiatrist, she's about to get married, and all of a sudden a young girl goes missing. And then another girl goes missing. And that, mixed with it being the 20-year anniversary of the murders, her father's in jail, there's this guy that wants to interview her and her father. And while there are moments that it's like interesting, there's other moments that are so slow and repetitive. And the fact that for me, the ending was super predictable, and I figured it out pretty early on, and I was just like kind of waiting to get to the point. One of those kind of books. So when I read her other book, her second book that she wrote, All the Dangerous Things, the writing is really good, and I feel like there's a lot of potential there. However, I felt like that one was pretty predictable too. But this one was even more predictable than that one. So this was this author's first book. That was her second book. Would I read any more from her? Maybe. I mean, again, it's just kind of crazy. She's one of these authors that's getting a lot of hype, but is the hype really worth it? And that's why I only gave this 3.5 stars, because is the hype out there? No, I don't think so. It wasn't a knock me off my seat thriller. However, that doesn't mean that I would never ever read another book from this author, because the writing is good. Hey guys, so I am editing this video right now, and I just realized I never ended the video. I could have swore that I did a final thoughts on all of these books, but I cannot find the clip anywhere. So hi, thank you for getting to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I will say that I put the books in order of how I would recommend them. Lessons in Chemistry being my least favorite, and Twisted Love being my favorite, with Tomorrow ×3 pretty close to Twisted Love in terms of which ones I would recommend most. So hopefully you guys took away some valuable information from watching this video. You've updated your to be read pile based on my recommendations, and yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend, guys.